Alright, what is cracking, guys? Instead of doing the video I teased last time, I'll be unboxing something special today. This is the Gundam based limited Unicorn Gundam Perfectibility. Look at that box art. This is arguably the best Unicorn box released as of now. But we've got a lot to cover, so first order of business, as with any Bandai Gunpla kit, you will find the Grade and Universe logo on the corner of the box, which in this case is a master grade from the Universal Century, aka the best one. Gundam based exclusive kits have the Gundam based logo located at the corner along with a white border along with different lettering. This actual product may vary slightly from the images on the package. The images are for illustrative purposes only. That's disappointing. I was expecting this to be glowing right out of the box. Anyway, we have the blue Bandai Spirits logo along with the complimentary shipping dent. At the bottom of the box we have English and Japanese descriptions of the Gundam itself, as well as preview images of the kit and its two transformations, Unicorn and Gundam mode. Along with the equipment that it comes with. On top of the box, it shows more of the equipment as it comes with a lot of it. There's also stuff about the Gundam base itself here, and that's a picture of the life-size unicorn statue. And of course, for legal purposes, we have the obligatory warning labels, box materials, barcode, and whatnot. Lastly, we have the box art on both sides of the box. If you're curious to how big this box is, it's roughly 23.3 inches by 12 inches by 4.5 inches. I have a couple boxes here just to show a little size comparison. So this kit is sealed, so let's open it right up. And already we can see the sheer amount of plastic we are working with. This box contains a manual, 43 runners, 2 sticker sheets, 1 dry transfer decal sheet, plus wires for the tail stabilizers. Before we take a close look at the runners, we can already see that there are parts here that are in gunmetal gray, 1 runner in blue metallic. Of course, there are a lot of parts here that can only be found in exclusive kits. What I also noticed is the clear blue sacro frame that is also found in the Fenix kit, as well as 2 odd runners that we'll talk about later. So here we have the manual. I like how the art is placed here, and I wish other manuals were designed like this. The Gundam's description is here, so if you want to take a closer look, here you go. Looking at the runner list, normally having a lot of X's is a red flag, but in Gunpla, at least you can say that there are some good extras that come with this kit. Running through the manual, there is a good amount of content. This has 31 pages that include both instructions for transformation and assembly. On the back of the manual, we have guides for painting and decal placement. Now let's look at the decals. Here we have the dry transfers. These are good. You get the labels for the armed armors that are equipped with this kit, along with some red lining and Anaheim Electronics markings. But for the price and exclusivity of this kit, I wish you got more than just this tiny little sheet. The first sticker sheet that we get is a bunch of warning labels. I mean, there is a fine amount of detail here, but honestly, I also expected more from Bandai. I mean, is it much to ask for another sheet of waterslide decals for a kit at this price and a base exclusive at that? And lastly, reflective and color correction stickers. Eyes of course are essential, but what I really don't like is the fact that you only get 1 pair of blue V-fin stickers. This kit should have came with 2, I'll explain why later. But yeah, disregard all that if you're planning to paint this kit and or use third-party decals. Now, in case you didn't know, Gundam Base Exclusive means you can only get this directly from the Gundam base in Odaiba, Japan. However, you can get your hands on this if you have a seller or a middleman, but I'm pretty sure that's going to cost you a lot more. Now let's take a closer look at the runners. These 3 runners right here are completely new and unique to this kit. They're essentially the new backpack adapter for the Armed Armor DEs to have more space to accommodate the Armed Armor XC. If you've built the Fenix, the backpack adapter is Y-shaped and connects to these covers, whereas this is an upside down Y and holds the shields by their main peg. Looking at the gunmetal gray parts, as opposed to the regular gray. They look absolutely sexy. You can find this gunmetal gray on the HD color unicorn as well. Hope you can appreciate it on the camera. But one thing that's ironic is that the inner frame is completely in gunmetal gray, however the guns themselves and the beam javelin are not. Now these are my favorite parts, the armed armor DEs, and I can't get enough of them. I wish that this came with more, but that's wishful thinking at this point. These are pretty hard to come by. The only regular release that has these in Master Grade is the Fenix. Everything else is Banshee Norn or Narrative Fenix, or the one that comes with the manga, which is also hard to find. But yeah, these act as the big shields on the back and have their own transformation gimmick. These fit on top of any regular unicorn shield, and you can't have them assembled without the Psycho frame, which in this case is clear blue. Now for these tail stabilizers, found only on this kit in a narrative version, pretty excited to work with these. I've never worked with them before. You also get these two malleable wires that you insert into them in order for them to keep their pose. Now we have the runner for the Armed Armor XE. You get this from the Banshee Norn. They look absolutely great on Destroy mode, and just like the Armed Armor DE, they have their own Psychroframe parts as well. However, as great as they are, they're connected to the backpack by these little joints. They're small connectors for what they're carrying, and not the most stable ones based from experience, but I'm hoping for better here. What I love though is the fact that this comes with the adapter for the revolving launcher. So if you have the Banshee Norn, you can attach its extra revolving launcher to another rifle with this. What I also love is the fact that you get this runner. It's the old backpack shield adapter for the Fenix. So if you want to use this backpack instead, or if you have another unicorn you want to attach two Armed Armor DEs to, here you go. Over here is the runner from the Banshee OVA. You can find parts for the Armed Armor VN and BS here, otherwise known as the claw or arm gun. This has some extra head parts and the torso parts that can fit a Banshee collar, but sadly you don't get a Banshee collar. If you do have an extra one, you can repaint it and slap it on this. The inner parts for the Armed Armor BS are also in gunmetal gray. Now you have this Psychroframe runner from the Banshee OVA, but in clear blue. However, the manual will have you use the gunmetal gray parts here instead of the Psychroframe, but I guess you can use these if you so desire. This runner is from the Full Armor Unicorn for the Beam Javelin and Shield Psychroframe in clear blue. The extras here are also used for the missile launchers, but you don't get missiles, so yeah, they're just extras. Here you have another FAU runner for those parts to make the Javelin, as well as the basic shield. But as you can clearly see, you get one propellant tank, but just one. No full backpack adapter or thrusters. But I guess you can use this for some kit bashing. Now this runner is found on all unicorn kits, normally in black or blue, but this one is in a nice metallic blue color. Should go nicely with the white. Next we have more of that clear blue Psychroframe for the main kit and shield. Found in all unicorn kits, but again you can only find this nice clear blue color on the Fenix. Now looking at the inner frame parts, I cannot get enough of this gunmetal gray. I wish it was on all the Master Grades. As you can see, the entire inner frame, even the thrusters and inner shield parts are all gunmetal. However, not all the parts are gunmetal. You do get a few regular gray parts like this third Full Armor Unicorn runner we got. All of these are just extras. You just need the parts to build the Beam Javelin. Sadly, I wish that was in gunmetal too. Another gray runner we got is for the Beam Magnum and Bazooka. Again, the irony here is that the entire frame is in gunmetal except the guns, but I doubt I'd put this to use, as well as these parts to make the Beam Magnum ammo. In case you were wondering, the Beam Sabers do match their kit with this nice clear blue. And lastly, you do get the main armor runners in white. Nice and clean. Now I do have a few gripes with this kit. Unless you paint, kit bash, or mix and match colors, there is not much you can do with these blue runners. They are duplicates. You get a white C runner and R1 runner, which are the colored accurate runners. Now, you might think that you need the blue open V fin, but it's not color accurate because the outer part needs to be white. If that doesn't bother you, then great. But in order to achieve color accuracy without painting is using the reflective stickers on white fin, and you only get one pair of stickers. So I'm still deciding whether or not I'm going to use these on the closable V pin or the fixed one. And lastly, just look at how many extra leg and head armor parts you get. I guess you can use these for repairs or kit bash, or if you paint your kit. so that's on you if you think this is a plus. But all in all, I'd say, yes, I'll admit you could say this is pretty much the same stuff Bandai has been putting out, with a few new extras, all in a different arrangement and color. This being an exclusive, it is somewhat expected. If I was looking for innovation or something new, I'd rather wait for a new regular release. But you can't deny, this is one badass kit, and I'm pretty satisfied with what I've got. I've been hoping for a master grade perfectibility for some time, and we finally got it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. A time-lapse build of this is currently in the works, so stay tuned for that. Can't wait to show you guys once I'm finally done with it, and maybe I'll do a full review. But as always, have a great one and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.